All right, cool. All right, guys. So today on the show, we got Anthony.
What's
He's
up,
been
guys?
selling for 2.5 years. We had a good talk last night. I finally got a hold of him. He's got a busy schedule. So we had him on. Glad to have you on, man. How you
Thank you,
doing,
man.
dude?
I'm doing good, man. So a little bit about myself. So
Hold on,
I started.
I didn't ask you
Oh,
yet.
oh, I'm sorry, man. I just wanted to get
No,
into
you're
it.
good. You're good. So yeah, we talked last night. He's been selling for 2.5 years. Yeah, how about you get into kind of how you started, Anthony? How'd you get started?
All right. So kind of a little bit of background how I got started. So one day, probably it's kind of similar to all the rest of you guys, how you got started into entrepreneurship. So kind of searching around, just watching YouTube videos. Started, of course, seeing like Kevin David, all those big time guys
Yeah.
selling courses and stuff about drop shipping. I was like, hey, let's take a shot at it. Started watching some YouTube videos about doing Facebook ads, doing marketing for other companies, stuff like that.
And this was what? I
And,
mean, when did you you started selling on Amazon 2.5 years ago, but when
mhm.
did the interest peak like in entrepreneurship? Like, I'm guessing it was way before that. Like, when did
No,
you
that was it. I had no idea.
really?
I had a set mindset. I was going to college, gonna get that 4-year degree, gonna go
Wow.
work
So
a nine to
like
five.
in terms of entrepreneurship, Amazon FBA was really your first at bat.
No, so Amazon FBA was not even my first thing I did. I went into
Okay, you
Shopify
went to
dropshipping.
Shopify. Okay, so let's talk
Yeah,
a
so
little bit about that.
I went into Shopify dropshipping. I failed literally my first 3 stores just tanked. Lost literally probably like $800 per store. It was bad.
All
It
on
was so
ads
bad.
or I mean,
Oh yeah, on ads. No
okay.
products were selling. Like I was just like, this must just be a joke. Like no, there's no one making money on this. Like I just think it's probably a pyramid scheme because I was hearing about pyramid schemes and stuff like that.
Well, dude, marketing's hard. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
need is a lot of psychology. Like, if I understood marketing, I'm not a good marketer. If I understood marketing, I would
Mhm.
do Shopify probably.
Yeah, Facebook ads were super hard. Didn't really know what I was doing. So I was just literally posting ads up and putting like $50 a day, like hoping like sales were gonna come through. I didn't really
Crossing
understand
my
like a
fingers.
funnel. I didn't understand what a funnel was. My
Mhm.
funnel was super bad. So yeah, kept doing that. And then my fourth store just out of nowhere found a good product. Literally did literally 100K in 22 days. It was
Get
literally
the
insane.
fuck out.
Yeah. Literally,
Did you have a
I come back from class one day, literally like 20 racks in revenue
and you were all
in my
drop
shop.
shipping, like you weren't touching anything.
I literally was not touching anything.
Wow.
And then I
Okay.
just kept scaling. I actually ended up after that day, I actually went to go buy someone's course how to do Facebook ads because I was still really horrible. I had no clue how to scale. Had
Okay,
absolutely
so
no.
I got
What's
to
up?
just break this down because I'm trying to understand. Okay, so you made 100K in
Mhm.
22 days.
Yeah.
How much did you spend on ads to get that 100K?
Literally, I spent probably about I'd say 23K in ads
23K.
to make that
Wow.
100K. Yeah.
And
My
I mean, what did
profits
that
were
look like? I mean,
this was actually a high ticket product too. So I was making around $160 per unit
wow, dude.
on this product. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so
It
then
was
that happened, and then what next? What's next?
and then I started to get kind of like getting problems with the store. I actually had a business partner at the time too with the store. Um Things started to get problems with my business partner and stuff, and we ended up wanting just to sell the store, and I was already kind of like feeling like Shopify was getting very saturated with people that weren't very good in the area.
Yeah, a lot of competition.
And yeah, competition wise and like making ads that look very bad. And just because consumers are very smart nowadays, they
Yeah,
can tell
dude.
the difference between a drop shipping site and an actual brand now.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's telling you have to look like a brand. If you want to do drop shipping nowadays, have to look like a brand. You can't make a general store anymore. Like that does not work.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard to make money drop shipping nowadays with
Yes, it's got to
Shopify.
be when basically, and when he's saying that, guys, to the audience, it's like when the customer lands on your page, they basically have the pictures, the setup, everything has to have this feel of like this is who we are and this is what we sell and you can trust us, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's like when you go, let's say you go shopping at Amazon. We all trust Amazon. We see the Amazon sign. We're like,
Yep.
we'll buy anything here because we trust it. But then we go see some random store called like Gadgets Goods for Less.
Yeah.
Like we have no
Dude.
clue what that is. We have no clue what that is. And we see some like
So
random plastic thing.
yeah, let's take a moment. I had my first thing I ever bought from Alibaba. This is probably 4 months ago. I put it on Shopify. It was a nebulizer, and I called the website Vaporize Solutions. It was the sketchiest thing ever, dude. No one bought any, and that would be why, because it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen some pretty clever stuff that dropshippers are going into nowadays.
Yeah.
They're actually like making it look like very nice. Like they're hiring graphic designers like to make it look like 3D. It's pretty cool.
Do.
It's pretty cool where they're going with it.
You made the 100K your first month. Then what?
So yeah, so after that, I started move away. Like I made one more store after that. The store did pretty good. Ended up selling that one off. I only had the store for about a month. I did really good with Facebook ads with that one. It was profit margins weren't as high. Ended up selling that one off for 20, off to someone off. Shopify has like this exchange where you can
they just bought the business for like 20K.
Yeah, so you sell the business. And then my business and partner and I were talking about selling the main store where we were making most of our money. We ended up selling that one for 170K.
Nice.
And then we split the profits on that one. And then I wanted to look for something else to do. So one of my buddies started doing Amazon wholesale and kind of started to lean towards that area because I heard you only have to have 5K to start. And it seems more like
and where did you get that number from, 5K?
He told me. So I started talking to him.
Is it like a real number? Like, or I'm saying, where did he get that from? I'm just curious.
So like so I've noticed with suppliers that I go with, because that's the main thing that I do now is I don't drop ship. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I do wholesale.
Okay.
Now, and 5K is like around where everyone starts with wholesale.
Okay, so basically
that's your MOQ. That's your MOQ
gotcha.
for every wholesaler that usually sells products.
An MOQ for people who don't know is minimum order quantity. Basically, you can't order less than that, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, cool.
So started to get into that. Started buying stuff, and that kind of leaned me into the way. I already kind of knew like how to work Amazon because my family actually owns a very big franchise company.
Okay,
and they actually run Amazon Seller Central. So I was
nice.
I've kind of been helping them in that area like back then. Like
so
I learned like how to work Seller Central. So I kind of knew what I was doing already. So I kind of he kind of like got on a phone call with me one day and for about half an hour and kind of like explained like the logistics of how everything works. And for some reason, I just understood it very well.
It was like,
and I found a supplier very quick and then put in my first order. My first product ever was the Ring doorbells.
The Ring doorbells. You were still selling those a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, I'm still selling those things.
You must be getting a good margin because I actually went to the store to look at them, and I was like, I don't know where he must be getting these for a good rate because I mean, retail, there's a good markup here. I'm not getting them at this price.
Yeah, I'm getting them for about 20 a piece. So,
dude, they're in double digits ranked though. Those things got to be flying.
Yeah.
You got to be doing some units.
So those things are super awesome. You got to be very careful because Amazon will be very careful with the buy box because Amazon actually owns Ring.
Oh, so,
really? So they only let you have buy box for a certain amount of time. And if you have too many units, they'll actually kick you off the listing. Really? So you can only have a certain amount of units at a time. Yeah.
I did not know that. So how many do you, when you
I usually order around probably about 50 to 100 units. And then I'll sell out those within probably like 4 hours.
I was gonna say, holy
shit. 4 hours, and then they get buy box back, and then whenever
what kind of margin are you getting on the rings?
It's massive. So those things sell for about 140 right now.
Okay, and you're getting
I'm buying them for 20 a pop, and then we got
20.
Yeah, and we're getting an FBA fee. There's an FBA fee too.
Crap, dude, you're cranking. That's great. So
here's a little secret. Here's a little secret for all you guys. So I actually buy some of my products come from liquidations.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know about that. That's actually a secret right there. Is liquidations are huge because So I don't know. Do you want to explain to your audience what like a liquidation is? It's like a
I
closeout.
mean, to be honest, you probably know it better than me, but
Yeah.
I'll explain in my knowledge. A liquidation is basically like, it's kind of like clearance in the sense that basically a retail store stocks an item, they're selling through, they have all of this stock left over, they need to make room for more inventory, so they just liquidate and get rid of whatever's left.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, let's say Best Buy gets a huge pallet of iPads, and there's an iPad on top that, let's say, is defected. The box is defected,
Okay.
or there's multiple boxes that's defected. So if Best Buy doesn't touch that pallet and say, "Hey, I want to liquidate this," um, that's a huge tax write-off. But if they open that pallet,
They have to use
they
it.
they can't liquidate it. They have to use it. But they take that chance of all these iPads being defected, or they just liquidate it out and get a new one, and then
Wow.
then they just write it off, and then it
So
comes over to us,
that's
and then
crazy.
we
So
buy it for way cheaper. Yeah,
they can write it off as a tax write-off at work. Win for them. Win
for
for
the
you.
cost they bought it from Apple for
Yeah.
wholesale, they can write that off.
Now, are you
And then
careful not to get like low quality products? Like they're not damaged, right?
no, never. So the liquidation centers usually they touch the pallets, so
Yeah,
they'll
my
go through the pallet and take out all the defective stuff. Yeah, they'll take out all the defective stuff, and they'll give you the good product. They never give you defective products.
That's amazing, dude. That's
Yeah.
really good to know. I'm really glad you shared that, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
that's
kind of like
a big secret right there.
I've done some arbitrage as of this month. I went to Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Have you heard of them?
No, I'm not.
Dude, so it's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's a store that does closeouts, liquidations, and all this stuff. They have these
Mhm,
buyers, and they bring those liquidation items in. So
mhm.
imagine you buy them for 20, and then you take them to Ollie's, and they sell them for 40. It's still way lower, but they're still getting a margin.
Uh-huh,
You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
So I found some great products there, but that's really good to know. Liquidations.
Wow. Yeah.
Cool.
Liquidations are the move, especially when you get started with wholesale.
Okay, so you just got started. That was your first product. Um, and you launched the Ring doorbells.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, and those
So,
took off, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is
yeah.
awesome!" And then
Yeah.
where did you go from there?
So then I started hearing about some called this was so new to the market. It was something. This is actually still very new to the market. Not that many people know about. It's called Amazon dropshipping.
Okay,
So since I was already so good with Amazon Seller Central, I literally saw. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bunt.
Bunt, like Bunt.
Yeah, Bunt.
No, I have not.
So I saw one of his videos, and he kind of explained exactly what Amazon dropshipping was,
Okay.
and I kind of knew off his first video like exactly what to do. But
You want to briefly explain that? Because I mean, to
yeah,
me, it just
yeah, of
made
course.
sense that you're buying wholesale and selling fulfilled by
No,
merchant.
no. So that's actually called dropshipping wholesale. This is just dropshipping on Amazon. So
Okay, so can you
there's
explain that?
different parts. Yeah. So dropshipping is we're getting. So I'm gonna explain to you a main supplier. I'm not gonna give off my main supplier because that's my
No,
secret.
please, that's top
But
secret. If you guys want to know that, you can pay.
you said
And
her name.
Anthony, he actually does direct mentoring, so you can check him out on Instagram.
Awesome. Would love to have you.
Plug.
So- love it, Brad. Thank you. All right. So what dropshipping is we got Walmart right here. So Walmart right here. We got you right here, and we got Amazon right here. So you're of course going to be an FBM seller. So someone from Amazon is going to buy your product that you listed from Walmart that's actually cheaper than the Amazon. Then the Amazon's customer right here is going to send you the money. You're going to then go to Walmart, buy it for cheaper. Then Walmart is going to come and send it to the customer. And guess what? You keep the profit in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
Wait a
exactly
second.
it.
So, okay, so
No ad spend. No ad spend at all.
you're ordering these things online.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally like Shopify, but better. No ads.
So you're not
Absolutely
even
no ads.
touching the product.
No, not even touching it. And you only have to pay $40 a month for the Amazon fee. And the customers are literally paying for their product that they're buying, and you're keeping the middle.
Wait a second. So you're actually doing this drop shipping thing through Amazon, like it's a
Yes.
it's a program.
Yes.
Do you have to be, I mean, do you have to have certain requirements, or is there like a reseller's permit, or can anyone do?
Nope, no resellers permit.
So
It's
just
fully legal too. It's
with a
fully legal
professional
too.
account, I can sign up for Amazon dropshipping.
Well, yeah, you don't have to sign up for it, but you can do it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Let me just kind of regurgitate. So I go to Walmart, I find a product or on their website.
Yeah, you go on their website.
I take that product, I list it on Amazon, it sells on Amazon, and
then you go
then
back to Walmart and buy it.
I buy it and I ship it to their address.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing is here's the one thing that would make me find an inefficiency or be confused. When I get an order, I ship in bulk and I print shipping labels. So you're telling me that for every order you go to Walmart's website and type in all their information? That's kind of a pain in the ass.
No, so there's actually an app that I use for that.
Oh, that automates the whole thing.
Yeah, automates it for you. And personally, I don't even use Walmart. I have a secret supplier that I use that has, so all the main guys use Walmart. I have a supplier where you get 15 to 60%.
15 to 16% margins?
No, 15 to 60% margin.
15 to 60% margin on each item.
Yeah, on each item.
Nice. And you're moving, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of quantities of that.
Yeah, and that's super high for drop shipping. I've seen a lot of drop shippers that use Walmart that do like 6 to 8%.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
I found a supplier that keeps my margins super high.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, if you have a lot of capital, like I'm just comparing this to my business. If you have a lot of capital, I can see how that would work. If you have 100K and you invest that with a 20% margin, you're making 20 grand.
Especially if you have credit. If you leverage credit,
yeah,
you win every single time.
But for my business, I mean, I've got definitely smaller numbers than you. I'd search for 100% margins with arbitrage.
Yeah, that's definitely good. You could scale super hard with that. I've never got into arbitrage, but
but see, for me, it's harder to get bigger quantities. You're doing way more quantity.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really neat. Amazon dropshipping. I understand that now. Okay, so that's what you moved into, and then.
So I actually only did that for fun because it's not my main focus, because that's more for someone that doesn't have a lot of money. At this point, I had a lot of money. So
you're driving that Lambo around.
Got 2 of them.
Dude, if I come out to Cali, will you let me take it for a ride?
Of course, bro.
All right, hell yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so we'll go into that later because
okay, cool.
So then I'm more focused in my I only did drop shipping for a little bit, and I literally did like 15K in sales in 11 days. It was insane.
Wow.
Off just one product.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, this is super well. But then of course, knowing me, I got super tired. I was already used to the FBA feel of like them fulfilling my orders for me.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to fulfill these orders.
Same, dude. Once you go FBA, really you don't go like back.
Training a VA how to do it. So I shut the store down. Just went back to doing my my FBA thing. But now, how many
VAs, virtual assistants do you have right now, Anthony?
So actually, I only have one right now, and that's working on my Instagram. That's my business Instagram. That's literally.
Oh, you hired someone a VA to work on your Instagram.
My business one, not my main one.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do. Where'd you get him, out of the Philippines or?
No, he actually lives in the U.S. It's actually one of my students.
Oh, really? Okay, so I mean, you get decent hourly rate there? Or?
Yeah, so I pay him. So I pay him pretty good. I pay him really good.
Okay, now if I wanted, because I would love to help grow my social media, my Instagram. What's your recommendation? Just hire someone to do. Can you briefly? I mean, we don't have to go.
Hire one of your friends. Hire one of your friends.
Hire one of your friends to make like kind of strategize posts for you, or.
Yeah. So how I kind of like how I did with mine is I actually did not know him. He hit me up. I wasn't even like considered teaching people because I was already doing so well, and I'm so busy. Like you've seen, like it's been hard for me to get on this podcast.
Oh, guys, I think we rescheduled this 4 times.
Yeah,
I almost gave up. There was a point in time where I'm like, all right, clearly not worth my time right now.
Yeah, I'm super busy all the time. I'm always buying wholesale stuff and doing other things. But yeah, he came to me, asked me if I could show him how to do some stuff. I was like, all right, man, like never really thought about doing it. Literally taught him. The dude started making sales. Literally 30 minutes after our phone call, he made like 4 sales.
So you guys exchanged. You build my social media. I'll help you with.
No. He still paid for the mentorship.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, because I pay him. I pay him to do that.
Okay, so he paid for
Yeah,
your
so we
mentorship
don't
and
really
you
do
paid
an
him.
exchange. Yeah, he's just helping out. He's doing
Okay,
like
that's
helping
good to
with
know.
calls and stuff, like telling people like about like how his experience was with the mentorship.
Okay, and then I had another question for you, Anthony. In terms of running the Amazon business, do you hire a virtual assistant for helping you with restocking or anything like that, or
Nope.
just social media?
I literally check my Amazon account probably every 2 days.
Okay.
Every 2 days, and if I need restock, I just contact you. You see, guys, if you guys go follow me on Instagram, you guys will see I'm literally at my wholesaler like every day.
Okay, and this will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you guys are on YouTube, I'll put his Instagram handle in the description.
Yeah, and you've probably seen on my Instagram too. I'm always at my wholesaler.
Okay,
Always,
cool.
always at the factory and stuff. So
Okay, that's good to know.
always getting products.
Yeah. Now, do you share? I mean, in terms of like your revenue, like your year to date, like I mean, in terms of like your. I mean, you did it. What did you do your first year, first or second year? Kind of what was the growth like?
So my first year of Amazon wasn't too big. It was around like it's like 600,000, and
Not too big, he says.
no, that's honestly not too big. I have
No, it's
buddies.
all in relevance, right? You
I
know.
have a buddy that did like 1.3 last year,
Yeah.
and I'm still a full-time student in school.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so I'm
Why are
finishing
you? What are you studying for?
business administration. I've actually been very passionate, and I feel like school actually has helped a lot with my
Really,
business. Yeah,
dude,
like
I feel
just
like you
stuff with
should be
Excel.
teaching.
Like I'm right now. I'm actually an intern. I have an internship right now too.
Oh, nice.
So
So, are
I'm
you
doing
planning
fine.
on pursuing an actual career? Or are you going to do Amazon?
I probably will. I probably end up will because I do want to learn corporate for 3 years. I want to learn how to build something like a Fortune 100 or Fortune 500, and the only way to do that is work for one. So that is my ultimate goal, is to work a couple years for one and just learn. And it's like my Amazon stuff is just so like side, and I can hire people to run it for me.
Wow, dude, that
Yeah.
blows my mind. I mean,
Mhm.
'cause- hold on, I'm almost disagreeing with this in a for like part of me is like,
A lot of entrepreneurs do. A lot
because
of
if you think about it, like look at someone like, I mean, who was the guy you mentioned, the guy on Shark Tank, the bald headed
No, you
guy?
can mention everyone. Ty Lopez drop out.
Yeah,
Grant
that's what I'm.
Cardone drop out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So, what makes you
I
think that you need to work for someone to
I
run a
per-
company?
yeah. Well, I love the experience. Every internship I've had so far, I've really learned a lot that I've taken over to my business that I've used, because I just feel like I got a lot of knowledge from the higher ups,
Oh no, I'll
like learning
definitely
how
agree
to
with that.
handle financing
Yep.
and just stuff like that. And it's like I've always been passionate about finishing school too, and
No,
that's
that's
just one
great.
of the
No,
main
that's good.
things.
I got a business
And
degree.
honestly, I love college. Like
I hate
the
college, but love
yeah
all the
yeah
parties.
you know. And
Okay, cool, man. So you want to
I'm
own a Fortune 500 company?
something like that. It would be awesome.
Represent you.
It is like I don't really aim to get stuff high. Like people, I'm not like someone that's gonna say, hey, I'm gonna get a mega yacht or I'm gonna get a private jet. I
You
like
don't
to
want to
do
10x that?
before I say stuff like that. Yeah.
You follow Grant at all or Cardone?
A little bit. My buddies follow him a little bit more. I don't really enjoy watching Ty Lopez or Grant Cardone. I don't really
Yeah.
have time to like watch their videos and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't, not now. I don't. I mean, I used to last year.
Mhm.
I mean, I was absorbing all of his content, but I went to the 10X event. It was pretty crazy in
Oh,
Vegas.
really?
Dude,
It looks sick. It looks super sick.
dude, it was off the walls, man.
I
It
think
really,
it was gonna be around this time, right?
no, dude, literally, we went to the 10X event in February of this year, and then we got home, Corona hit. It was perfect. It was perfect timing.
Wow, I didn't even
Yeah.
hear about 10X this year. That's weird.
Dude,
Yeah,
you got to go
I was
next year.
really
If it's still
yeah.
going, you got to come next year, dude. It was crazy.
It was that fun.
It was, I mean, for me, I was at like the precipice of my entrepreneurship journey. That was right when I quit, when I got back. And it was a huge wave of inspiration. Like,
Hmm.
cause I was
Yeah,
hesitant to get started. I like a lot of entrepreneurs, dude, it's like sketchy leaving your full-time job. It's like your foundation, you know?
yeah. So
So
you had a full-time job before you got started?
yeah, I was working at Xerox in sales for like, I mean, I was there for probably 6 months. And I slept in, dude. I did not want to go to work. I was like an hour late. I showed up. My manager sat me down. He's like, because he knew what I was doing. The guy was super chill dude. And he's like, dude, listen, I know what you're doing on the side. You either got to like go all in on that or focus here. Like you got to pick one. And I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Wow. There we go.
And
did you
dude,
ever, like,
I did $2,000. That was in February, end of February. I did $2,000 while doing half work at a Xerox and half in
was it net or revenue?
in revenue. It was
Nice.
it was a baby month, right? I was still
You still
learning.
probably brought in like 600.
What's that?
You probably still brought in like 600 net.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually probably 4 or 5 maybe. But dude, the month I quit, I went from 2,000 to 13,000. Like when you commit, dude, it's like it's a game changer when you make that commitment to.
Of course, that's what I was trying to explain. Like if I was to fully like commit, well, I am pretty committed. I'm just not looking. I have no reason to very scale right now. I'm more focused. I don't know, like if I've like told you that I own an exotic rental car company. So
you own a rental car company?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's why I got 2 Lambos and a McLaren.
Okay, and so they're not even yours. You're renting them.
I'm renting them out.
Okay, nice, dude. That's still pretty sick, though. I mean, you're in that works out pretty good.
Yeah, okay. I rent them out to people. So.
Dude, what are you on, Turo?
Yeah, Turo and all those.
Nice. So how much more school you got?
So I have 1 more semester left. I'm on summer break right now. I actually just finished finals.
There you go, dude.
And I don't really see a reason to scale at the moment. I'm pretty happy what I'm making at the moment. Yeah. And eventually I will scale.
That's great, dude. I mean, so in terms of where you see yourself going, do you see yourself running the Amazon business? You said you plan on automating it while you're going to school and then eventually getting a job, or?
Yeah, it's not set in stone yet. That's like kind of what I want to do is I want to work corporate for a few years and like automate my Amazon business. And of course, it's still going to be making just as much. I just get worried sometimes about Amazon because they do say like they're going to kick off sellers eventually. I don't know why they would, but I've just
really? Is that what they said? I have not heard that.
I've been hearing from a lot of the big guys saying like that there is a chance that more Amazon partners up with the manufacturers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they're just going to cut out.
The only dumb part about that is Amazon, I don't know if they would lose money or make more money because they make a lot of money off of us because of their fees.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I was like, if Amazon just focused all of their efforts on creating this hub of sellers and like just optimize their fees and everything. And I don't know, I guess I don't know enough about
That's the one reason why we're still there. I'm telling you that right now because Amazon could hold as much inventory as they actually want.
Dude, they're a monster. Dude, dude, like I'll make if I sell a product for $15, Amazon's taking a third of that at least.
Yeah.
It's insane. On some of the products too,
especially FBM, they're taking 15%.
Oh, Phil by merchant, they take more.
Isn't it? It's 15 for dropshipping. It's usually 15%.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even look at the fees. I just look at the profit.
You don't look at the percentage. Yeah, it's 15% for all FBM.
Wow. Okay, cool. So Anthony, this has been awesome. So in terms of the liquidations was a big thing that I got. Where is there certain maybe websites or places? I know I asked you the other night that you could find liquidations or.
Yeah. So one of the main things to do is go on Google Maps. Literally go into your area and just type in either wholesale or liquidations.
Okay.
And
Google Maps.
That will be one of the key points is like how to find wholesalers and liquidations. Sweet. And right after you get you find a liquidator, literally call them and just tell them, make sure when you guys do this though, you are going to need a reseller's permit. Some of them do require a reseller's permit.
Okay.
But yeah, give them a call, let them know what kind of company you are, let them know like about what you want to do. And sometimes they don't like to hear that you're an Amazon seller. So
really, how do you navigate that?
I usually don't say I'm an Amazon seller until I kind of get to know them a little bit more.
Okay. So if they ask, let's say that they say, are you going to be reselling these goods? Is there a way that you could kind of fib?
Of course you're going to resell. No, of course you're going to resell the goods, but they don't they don't know where. You say, hey, I'm going to sell it on Shopify, and then I have the goods sent to my house, and then I send it to Amazon.
Okay, so you could literally just say I have a website, and if I do have a website, it's not lying, right? It's just, but
if they do ask you if you do Amazon, you might want to tell them. It depends what kind of person you are and what kind of character you have. But
yeah, you're not gonna lie, but you're not necessarily
you don't
gonna
want to lie
like,
because they could find out, and then you're going to lose that connection.
of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
connections are the biggest key in wholesale.
Connections.
Yeah, connections.
Forming those relationships. Yeah, I got that. I actually spoke to a wholesaler on the phone, and I got that vibe from him. He's mentioned like 5 times, we're all about building relationships, so.
Exactly.
That.
Yeah, I have about 3 main suppliers that are like my everything. If I lose them, I would go down.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Now, so when you got started with, Shopify, I'm curious because I think a lot of my audience, at least, and I'm not sure about yours, but my audience is a lot of people just starting out. They're considering entrepreneurship. The coronavirus hit. They're looking for other ways to make an income. They probably don't have $5K to get started. Can they do this wholesale liquidation stuff, or would you recommend
Amazon dropshipping? 100%.
You would say stick with dropshipping.
Amazon dropshipping. 100%.
Okay, Amazon dropshipping. Now, if they wanted to learn more about that, is that something that you do in your mentorship program, or did you learn from somewhere else? Or
so my mentorship is literally, we start you off with Amazon dropshipping. Then when you get around 10 to 15K, we shift you over to Amazon dropshipping wholesale.
Okay.
And then after you get kind of comfortable in that area, and then you get shifted over to wholesale, and then you're set. You're
good to go.
Yeah, skyrocket.
I've seen some guys on Instagram that are doing wholesale, and I'm like, yep, that's you. If you want to scale, like, you got to go.
Yeah.
You can't. I could get to $1 million in revenue. I think doing arbitrage, I think it would be inefficient. But if I want to really scale, you got to go wholesaler.
Some people, to be honest.
What's that?
$1 million on arbitrage, you probably have to hire some people to help you out.
Oh yeah, I think so. Like, based on, the track I'm on right now, I'm going to hit 250K for the first year, which I'm on target for that at least. But yeah, I would have to hire.
How much do you think that's a net? Probably.
No, that's gross revenue.
Oh, it's gross. But how much net you think that is?
Oh, if I'm doing
250,
100% returns, minimum.
Oh wow! So yeah, if you're 100%, wow.
Yeah, like that's pretty good. After taxes and business expenses, at least 80, 100,000.
Yeah.
80 to 100,000. But who knows? Maybe I'll get shut down or something fucking stupid will happen. So I got wood.
Always.
But
always
okay.
happens.
I know. Any other advice for for newbies just getting started or anything?
I'd say just, if you fail the first time, don't give up. That's like the main thing that I did when I was starting my entrepreneurship journey. And I don't say this because I'm trying to sell you on anything, but I would say get a mentor. I would highly recommend get a mentor, because then you don't make those mistakes.
Yeah.
That mentor has made in the 100%. Past, and you get to success faster.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. But not trying to sell you on anything.
No, I will definitely agree with that. I followed a guy, Stefan Arneo. He was a real estate investor. And he did real estate mentoring. And he said, you're going to pay in one of 3 ways: with your time, with your money, or your blood, sweat, and tears.
Exactly.
Okay. If you, for me, I paid in blood, sweat, and tears. I spent hours in Walmart just fucking scanning shit. If you have the money and you don't want to do that, then go pay someone to learn, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So. That's exactly how it is.
Cool, man. I'm curious. You said you're what? You're 24, right?
No, I'm 23.
23. You're younger than me. Holy shit. Okay. And do you read at all?
I actually do not.
You don't read, dude. You gotta read.
I read for school, but I just don't have the time, man. Like I was saying, I don't have the time to read at the moment. I will start reading though when I get a little bit more time.
Yeah, dude, reading's great, man.
Honestly, I'm trying something out right now where I'm not even talking to girls right now for 2 months. And I'm
taking a break, man. I'm taking a break.
I'm seeing how much more money I can make when not talking to a girl.
Dude, 100%.
That's actually another advice that I have. Is like, if you're, let's say, like 18 to 23 or 4. I'd say 18, 25.
I would even, I know what you're going to say. I'm going to say 27, but go ahead.
don't need a girlfriend. You seriously don't. They will literally set you back very far. And
Yeah.
I've seen it with a couple of my friends, and it is very bad. And I had a girlfriend of 4 years. We ended up breaking up, and it set me back. This was in September. It was super bad. I'd
Yeah.
recommend, like, just relax. Like, if you want to get into something serious, totally fine. But if you want to, like, just helps if you're not in one, and you want to just see people on the side. Like, I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of guys. And if you see, like, Jeff Bezos, like, he was married in his like 40s or 30s or something like that. And it's just that dude was able to focus all the time. He didn't have to worry about where his girlfriend was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
a
So
lot of
say that again. Jeff Bezos you're saying he was married. What's the point you're making?
he got married in either his 30s or his 40s.
Okay.
And that's like a perfect age, like, to start getting serious and stuff, because you're financially stable.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You want to wait until you're financially stable. And I know girls are going to watch this too. Like, I'd give the same exact advice, but, like, I've seen so many of my friends that, like, were starting as entrepreneurs and they let girls just destroy it.
Well, because I mean, it's like Jason Capital is another. Have you heard of him? He's an entrepreneur.
No.
He says, dude, don't get a girlfriend until you're in your 30s, because I mean, your business is kind of like a baby, right?
Exactly.
And when you get into a serious relationship, like that woman, like, and if you want to really create a healthy relationship, it takes time, energy, and effort. And there's so much creation involved in a business, it takes so much focus that it's kind of there. I mean, girls can be, it's almost a distraction in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
It can be.
Yeah.
100%.
And it just consumes your mind.
Yeah.
Where you're not 100% into the company.
Dude, I feel that 100%.
When you think you are, but you're not.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you will fail.
So I mean, we don't have to go into any more detail than you want to, but I'm curious because I actually haven't had many super long-term relationships, but you were with that girl for 4 years?
Yeah, we were together.
And then it ended badly?
Yeah, it got very toxic at the end. It was kind of like one of those things, like right person, wrong time. Exactly. Because business was scaling, kind of was starting to fade away from it because I was getting so into my business.
Okay.
And it's kind of like goes into what we just said. Like, it was just the wrong time. It was the wrong time, and it did get toxic, a little toxic at the end.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe it was wrong person and wrong time.
It could have been.
He didn't want to say it, so I will.
No, I like to be nice about it. I like to be nice.
Okay.
About
No,
it. Just in case they watch this.
No. Yeah. No. 100%. Man. I think that's really good advice. Now. Yeah, that's really good advice. I'd say wait off on the girlfriends if you're trying to make something great. You know, if you listen, some people, you know, I don't think anyone that's, you know, typically, you know, just cranking a 9 to 5 is probably watching this. But in terms of entrepreneurship, if you're trying to build something, wait till your 30s.
Yeah, be free. Be free.
Yeah.
Like these couple months have been like the best times of my life, to be honest.
Yeah. So
been meeting tons of new people.
Yes.
Tons of new people.
Dude, it's been great doing this. I'm so glad. I feel blessed. Like you connecting with you and other sellers. I've had like probably 4 or 5 people on. It just in the past couple months of just being hyper focused.
That's how you're supposed to be. I love it.
So I'm trying to think if I have any other questions for you, Anthony. Anything else you want to share with people before we call it a day?
I just say one more advice is no excuses. I've gone through a lot in life. Just a ton of stuff, and I never gave up and made no excuses about it.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main things I would say.
Yeah. That's great advice, man. We got a lot of people giving up, making excuses, I feel like. Especially, I mean, if you look at our situation in the world, there's never been an easier time to make excuses too.
Yeah.
You got a whole pandemic to blame.
Yeah.
We're locked inside, all this unemployment. You know, there's a lot of excuses. It's easy to find an excuse.
Yeah.
You know?
And unemployment money is really good right now. This is the best time to start.
Dude.
People are making more money than they were at their actual jobs.
I know, man. It's the perfect opportunity. I would take the unemployment check and take the money to start a business. It's like.
Yeah, exactly. Start a business. I totally agree with that.
Cool. Well, awesome, Anthony. Listen, again, I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to do this.
Awesome.
I'm glad I got my list of things I learned here. I'll probably hit you up with questions. Again, I'm gonna put, guys. Anthony does do the mentoring. If you're interested, you got the money you want to do, learn wholesaling, learn drop shipping. I'll put his Instagram. It's the best way for people to get a hold of you. Instagram.
Yeah, probably Instagram's gonna be the best one.
Okay, cool. I'll put his handle in the description. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. And we will call
Let's get it, guys.
wrap. Get that bread, 10x.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see if I can figure out